Hello Summit, welcome back again to the channel. Today my name is Jenny. So today's video I'm going to be teaching you guys on how to make a smoke top or a sheer top. So today's sheer top or smoke top, we are going to be making use of the scrunched ruffle sleeve. Okay, so this scrunched ruffle sleeve, you can be creative with it. If this interests you guys, don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video. Thank you to my new and returning subscribers, and also don't forget our fashion editing class, which is ongoing on the month of September. So if you have not registered for that class, I will advise you to register for that class. Okay, the fee is just 3,000 naira. If you're a fashion designer and you don't have customers, you're a fashion designer, you're always sleeping in the shop, and at the end of the month, you're giving money to landlord. So what are you waiting for? You can be a content creator in the fashion line. Teach people how to sew, teach people your ideas, give them values, and in return, you make your money. Okay, so this is very, very easy. It's very, very easy. If you take our classes, we are going to put you through step by step. Okay, a lot is really going on in that class. So if you're interested, don't forget to send us a message on this WhatsApp number and we'll take it up from there. So let's get into it.
Welcome back again, soulmates. So guys, let's go ahead and draft out the pattern. The first thing I did is to come down by 1 inch. You can see this line is going to serve as the starting line. So I came down by 1 inch because it's going to be used for the folding allowance at the top. Then I'm going to place 6 inches on that line. That is how off I want it to be. So you can go as low as 7 inches to 8 inches, depending how low you want it to be. So mine is going to be 6 inches. Then I'm going to mark my armhole length, which is 8 inches at that part. So on that part is where I'm going to mark my bust divided by 4. Then I'm going to add extra 5 inches for the smoking. Okay, then after that, now I'm going to place my tape on this line again. Then I'm going to come down by my half length, which is 16.5. So because this is a smoky dress, we are going to be adding extra 2.5 inches, or you can add 3 inches, okay, depending on what you want. So I actually wanted to add something on this top before at the bottom part, like a flare, but I decided to turn it to a top. So for you, if you want to make it as a top, please go ahead and mark out your top length. Okay, so this is the line. Now on the bottom line, I'm going to divide my hip measurement by 4. Then I'm going to add 5 inches extra to that. Okay, so on the waistline, also divide your waist measurement by 4. Then I'm going to add 5 inches extra to that. So remember, this is a smoked dress, so that is why we are adding extra 5 inches to that, so that by the time you smoked it, it's going to shrink. Okay, then you're going to have your accurate body measurement. I hope you understand. So after doing that, connect all the points together like so. So most people use their hip measurement on the waistline and on the bust line. So I'm doing this so that by the time it comes out, it's going to give me the shape I want. Then after doing that, now I'm going to also go in by 2 inches at the upper part. So this is optional. Okay, so you don't really need armhole at that area because we're not adding a sleeve. Is okay, so this is a sleeveless. So but I'm just doing this so that I'll be comfortable at that area. I hope you understand. Then after doing that, go ahead and cut this out. So guys, after cutting, this is the pattern we have now. So we are going to use this to cut out the front and the back. Okay, so this is the beautiful fabric I'm going to be using, and as you can see me at the side, I really love this fabric and it's giving me joy. I love the color combination. So let's go ahead and cut out the pattern on our fabric. So I'm going to just open up this fabric like this. So I have 6 yards of it. So I'm going to just open it up like this. Remember, this wrapper has a lot of print, so the pattern is much. So what you're going to do is to make sure the front and the back comes out the same way. Okay, that is, the patterns for the front and the back are the same. So I'm going to be using this upper part, so I'm going to just place it like this and I'm going to cut it out. So there's no need for you to add any stitching allowance, but if you want to add, you can just add ½ inch to that, but I think there is no need. Okay, so you can see the way I'm cutting this out, as you can see. So we are done with the front. Please make sure your fabric is on fold when cutting out the front pattern. After cutting out the front, I'm going to use the front piece to cut out the back. So I'm trying to align the prints together to align to each other. Okay, so after doing that, now I will go ahead and cut it out. So guys, after cutting it out, this is what we are having. So we have this for the front and we have this for the back. They are all the same, so you can choose anyone to be the front and the back. Okay, so after opening it up now to the wrong side, I'm going to just fold in that 1 inch at the top like this. Okay, so make sure you fold it in before running your smoky thread on it. Okay, before smoking it. I hope you understand. So just go ahead and fold it like this. So guys, this is me on the sewing machine. So I'm going to now reel my rubber thread. So this is a rubber thread. So if you are doing this, you're going to actually reel this with your hand. Okay, you don't need to reel it with your machine so that it doesn't stretch. And when you reeling it, please don't stretch the rubber, unless it's not going to give you what you want. If you're using a bobbin case, I will advise you to make use of a different one compared to the one you normally use for your normal thread. Okay, because the rubber thread tends to expand the mouth of that bobbin case. I hope you understand. Then you are going to place the rubber thread at the bottom of the machine. Then the normal thread is going to be at the top. So you can use any color of thread you want. So after doing that, now I'm going to just stitch like this, very close to that 1 inch we folded at the top. So I'm going to just stitch up like this. So I'm stitching on the right side of the fabric. So before doing this, I will always advise you to rule out the distance between each stitches. Okay, so I'm using 1/2 inch as the distance between each stitches. So you can go ahead and rule out the lines on the right side of the fabric before taking it to your machine. Okay, so if you know you can actually gauge this as you stitch, I think it is not necessary, so just go ahead and stitch it out. And when you're stitching it, please watch the way I'm pulling out the fabric. Okay, you don't really need to pull out the fabric too much, and it's also better you pull it out. So you just need to make everything moderate so that the smoky effect can actually come out. I hope you understand. So then this is me as I'm smoking it. Honestly, this is not really easy for me. I actually prefer stitching up my normal dresses than having to sit on the machine for over some minutes smoking this, stitching up the same thing over and over again. So for me, it's not really fun, but I really just want to make this top. Okay, so this is me still stitching it up, as you can see. So I'm also working with my tape and also with my chalk at the same time. So you just really need to do this patiently because it can actually consume a lot of time. Okay, so this is me, you can see. So if you are using an industrial machine, I think that one will be faster than this manual machine. So due to the issues we have on the light issue in my area, so I have to use my manual machine all the time. Okay, so guys, let me leave you guys to watch the way I'm doing this. So guys, this is how far I've gone. You can see I've been able to stitch up some lines, so I will just go offline and complete the rest. So guys, this is it. This is what we have for the front and the back. You can see how it's shrinked. Okay, so that is it. If you smoke it properly, this is how it's going to be. So I'll go ahead and stitch up the side by 1/2 inch. So guys, after stitching up the side by 1/2 inch, this is what we are having. So like I said earlier, I wanted to add like a flare or gathers at the bottom part like a skirt, but I changed my mind. Okay, so I'm going to just use the bias to pipe it up at the bottom part. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to add the sleeve. So like I said earlier, we're going to be making use of a scrunch ruffle sleeve. Okay, so I've gone ahead to cut out my fabric for the sleeve. So the wideness of this fabric is actually 6 inches I off while drafting out the pattern for the top. Okay, then that's 6 inches. I'm going to times it by 2 for the front and the back, so I got 12 inches plus 1 inch stitching allowance, making 13 inches. So that 13 inches now I'm going to times it by 2, or you can times it by 3, depend how full you want the ruffle part to be. Coming to the length of the fabric, I have it on fold. Then on fold I have 4 inches. Okay, so I have 4 inches. You can make it 5 inches, you can make it 6 inches, depending on how you want it to be. So with this sleeve, you can be creative. If you want it across the back neck area to the other side, go ahead and measure it out. It's still the same method. The only thing is for you to just take your appropriate measurements wherever you want to attach the sleeve to. Okay, then I'm going to just fold it like this. Remember, it's on fold. I'm going to just stitch it up towards the wrong side. So guys, after stitching it up, I've gone ahead to turn it out now to the right side. Please go ahead and iron it first. So for me, I don't have lights like I said earlier, so I'm going to just make sure I place it this way. So place it like this, making sure that the sewing part is at the middle like this. Okay, so make sure the sewing part is right at the middle. Then I'm going to add my elastic to that. Remember, what I off was 6 inches times 2, I got 12 inches. So that 12 inches now I'm going to subtract 3 inches to that. That is how tight I want the elastic part to be. So I got 9 inches. Now I'm going to create like a channel where I'm going to pass the elastic. So guys, after creating the channel, this is what we have now. You can see how it's looking. So I'm going to insert the elastic in like this using my safety pin. So after doing that, please make sure you secure the ends of the elastic so that it doesn't go all the way through into the casing. Okay, so that you don't have to start all over and over again. So guys, after doing that, also at the end of the elastic I also secured it, and when you stitch it up now, you are going to have it looking like this. You can see, so stitch up the ends. It's time to attach the sleeve on the smoked top. You can see our smoked top, I tried it on, it was actually my size, so it entered perfectly. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, from the side I'm going to come in by 3 inches or 2.5 inches, or you can go from the middle to the side by 2.5 inches depending on what you want. So I'm going to just make a mark like this with my chalk at the front and at the back. So it's time for us to attach the sleeve. This is how I'm going to be attaching the sleeve. You can see, so I'm going to just place the sleeve inward like this towards the wrong side, and I'm going to stitch it up. So I'm going to top stitch, just make like a top stitch. I'm also going to hem the bottom part. After that, this is what we are having. This is what the final look is looking like. You can see how this top came out very well. I would have loved the bottom part to have like a ruffle, but like I said earlier, I wanted to add like a skirt underneath, but I decided to just make it like a top so that I can actually wear it with different outfits. I hope you understand. So guys, this is how it's looking on the mannequin. You can see how beautiful it came out. I hope this tutorial was helpful. I hope you learned 1 or 2 things from it. So if you do, don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video. Thank you to my new and my returning subscribers. Love you guys. See you in the next video. Bye.